we go. Right, now you should be able to hear me. Hello, welcome. We're back. It is Saturday. We're live, playing some more Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Let there be sound. Right, we'll get a room open. This is your first time here. We do this every week. We come here. We are live with some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Come hang out with us. Come chat with us, and we'll see who is available to play today. Dan is here. Curtis is here. Manning's here. Wonderful. Hey you guys, hey you guys. What's was that from? Oh, that's gonna bug me. My film. Like a proper old film as well. Right, I'm gonna jump into Discord chat. If you're there we go. Yeah, if you want to come join the Discord, you can do. There is a link in the description down below. It's right underneath that like button, so make sure you hit that like button and come and well, I'm waving my hands around like this. And come and join us down there as well. Craig, nice to see you. Hope you're having a good time. Are you playing with us this evening, or are you otherwise engaged? Having membership icon change the garage. I need to. I need to get on with that. Actually, I've got a couple more to add to it. Curtis and Craig are on the. And Manning are on the Cerberus logo out at the minute. I think that's the highest one you can go on those. But the emotes, I think I've got a couple of spaces left. We've got a full team at the minute, Craig, so if you are busy, no worries. If not, then I'm sure we can get you in for a game or two before you leave to do your thing. Right, I need to change my character. I need a Geth engineer. And I need to get him or her or it. It's a machine, not a person. I need it to be extracted, and then that's another one ticked off. And weapons I need to be using Geth Plasma SMG. And the Kishok harpoon gun. Oh, and the 55 I guess as well. I'm nearly done that one. Actually, we'll do that one first. Accuracy by 20%. Can't actually. Can you hear me in the Discord? Discord playing up again. Yeah, I can't hear anybody in the Discord. Hold on a second. Oh, Discord's such a nightmare. Voice and video output. Now can I hear you?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I can hear you. Wonderful.
You can hear us?
I can.
Glad to see you're doing okay.
Okay.
Curtis was worried that you might be dead or have been kidnapped by aliens because he didn't see a notification for the stream until like half an hour ago.
Yeah, I've been out all day. I've not been near a computer. Oh no, 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 no! I'm not. No, I've got.
Yeah,
wait, wait, wait! I haven't put any equipment on. Right.
That's normal.
Yeah, I know, but at least I remembered this time.
I bet he still doesn't have Metagel. He might have an assault rifle amp or something, but I
I've-
bet there's still no Metagel.
I've got 6 of them. Six.
At least he's prepared this time.
Pistols.
He's gonna use all 6 in the first 6 rounds and then not have any for the next match.
A lamp.
You'll have to save some money to buy.
I haven't got any ops packs though. Oh.
Those I kind of hate them. Like, I feel like you always have to use them well before you want to because I don't know if it's just me, but I always feel there's like a 2-second delay before they actually fire off.
Ah, thanks, Diana. I know I can count on you. Ah, ha, ha, have it. Oh, 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 who's shooting me there?
Way to go, Tim. I'm coming.
Shot me in the back. So how's everyone doing this week? Are we all good?
I almost finished all my Christmas shopping
Yeah,
today.
doing pretty good.
I've actually got away with it quite well this year.
I've got like 4 or 5 things left to get on Amazon, but other than that, I'm good.
I've literally gone, right, there's like £400, go and sort it out, and she's just done it.
Oh, do you like give your wife, be like, here's £100, go buy yourself something, and then I'll just wrap it and put my name on it?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, no, to be fair, she's done all like the kids shopping and the parents shopping and that. I have actually got something. Hello, Dr. Snook. You need a mod. We need a mod in the Discord. So we've got a mod. We have Craig's a mod. What did you have in mind there, Doctor? Oh, you're talking about the vidIQ server. I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about my Discord server. To be fair, I'm not very active on the vidIQ server at the minute. I'm probably going to be resigning my moderation duties from there.
Enemy has planted communication routers. We need those targets offline. Target
Video queue. It's a tool that you can use for helping you with YouTube. Like a free extension thing that you can plug in.
Is that like a better Twitch TV sort of thing?
Yeah, that sort of thing. Can help with like tags and give you video title ideas and that sort of thing.
Device disabled. Squad member has flatlined.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I answer a couple of the
Way to go,
ticket.
Tim. You literally just turned around and ran away from the last computer.
Sorry, I can't multitask. I can't talk and shoot at the same time. Yeah, I've answered a couple of the moderation things, but I just haven't got the time to be active in the server. To be honest, I'm not really active in my own server, so. But I shall certainly mention it to the other mods, Dr. Snock.
Here they come.
I'm here, Curtis.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
So vidIQ, I mean, you probably want it for our podcast YouTube channel, but it kind of tracks your performance on how your videos are doing. It gives you video title ideas. It can it's like a web extension. It's like there's free options and then there's like paid options, and they have their own YouTube channel as well, which gives you all YouTube education tips and stuff. So if you're getting started on YouTube and you're wanting to make YouTube videos, check out the vidIQ YouTube page, because it's absolutely fantastic. Rob and the team, what they do over there is brilliant. Thank you.
No, 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 no. He just stepped on me.
Does it work like Social Blade at all, or is it more complicated than that?
It's way more in depth. Ow. I really need those op packs.
Yeah, I got a Discord page too, Tim, but I can't make heads or tails how to get that thing going.
I can give you a hand, Curtis.
One more and it's a wrap.
Okay.
Enemy down to half strength.
It's kind of like more high tech to me on that Discord.
Oh, no, I'm in the wrong area. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, yes, you do.
Now, now this little drone is gonna take us to an ambush.
Watch out, there's a turret around here.
The drone does seem to like to go take the most convoluted path.
So I have to say, that's one brave little drone.
Stay alert. Enemy is
What's this down counter, Craig? Who are you, Matea? In disguise? You're supposed to be on my team. Oh, that was just a bit rude.
Well, hey.
Oh, I thought she one killed. One shotted me.
Play dead.
You can just go ahead and ban them, Craig. Just remove them from the channel.
Thank you. Okay, who's shooting?
Oh, hello. Stood right behind me.
The call's
like to
coming
sneak
from
up on
inside the house.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
Holy cow, I found a grenade.
Enemies approaching.
Have you got chat up today, Manning?
Sorry, have I got what?
Chat up.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I actually remembered to charge my phone for once. Charging my phone is like how you are with equipment.
Watch out, there's a necklace down here.
Okay, so Craig, I have two answers to that. If it's someone from established lore / canon, then I want one about Kai Lang. I want to know all about how his early life with the Alliance, how he lied about his age and faked all this stuff so he could join 2 years earlier than he otherwise would have been allowed to. Which again is weird because that means he joined the same year Shepard did. Because Shepard's 2 years older than him, and that could have been like a thing if they were like at the academy together. And I want to learn about all his stuff, how he was the fastest N7 ever, how the laundry list of things, of medals and awards he got, which was why all the shady stuff he did gets swept under the rug. Everything about like the incident with the drunk Krogan, which is why he got put into prison for 20 years. How the Elusive Man orchestrated this super brazen prison break to get him out. I mean, and then everything with when he was, after he was in Cerberus, all his previous interactions with Anderson and Kaylee Sanders. Like, I would love to play that game.
That sounds like it could be.
Sorry?
I was going to say that could actually be quite a good spin-off. Actually, to be fair, he was
just gonna say
woefully
real quick,
underused in Mass Effect 3.
Oh, for sure he was. Just simply the fact that he's so prominent in the third game, and that Arya is also prominent in the third game. The fact they never brought up, they never even mentioned, even in passing, what happened between Lang and Arya's daughter. I'm like, that in and of itself, with like a 5-minute conversation, could have been like this cool character building thing for both characters.
Yeah, Craig, like a spin-off game, or maybe spin-off comics, or books, or TV show, or... Ah, who's shooting me?
Turret's down.
I've been attacked by these dragons over here. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. And it just got stepped by one.
Turret's down.
Phantom back there.
Oh, shot in the back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whoops. You guys can still hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
For some reason I lost my sound on the game. Weird.
Thank you.
Turret's down.
But I was going to say real quick, my other secondary idea is I would love a game where I got to play as a Batarian. Because of all the races in the franchise, like, the Batarians are so secretive and you know so little. As far as I know, they're the only main race in the entire franchise where you don't even know what the capital city on their planet is. And I
Yeah.
always kind of found them really interesting, even though they're objectively, for the most part, not very nice people.
Looking for a lost gift device. Locate the object and bring it back. Outstanding. Get back to the evac zone.
Ow! Got a rocket up my ass.
Getting stepped on by an Atlas is a bit more painful than by a grunt, eh?
Yeah, alright, Craig. Thanks for that. Oh, get off the wall. Hey, Terry. Good to see you. Throwing something else never is a good thing.
That's one thing Andromeda did so much better than the mainline games, that it doesn't force you into cover anymore.
Yeah, that's very true. Hi, Elsa. How you doing?
Really screw you up. Doing good then.
Schon Tag.
Being a bit late, but I made it after all.
I'm coming back in, guys. I had to restart my game.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload. Shuttle inbound. Rendezvous 3.
Let's into that sort of thing. Oh, man. Oh, realised you were reviving me. I thought it was about to be stepped on.
Did you think I was the bad guy again?
Yes.
Team member is hurt.
Ow.
I mean, in fairness, you do look like a Dragoon.
You should every single one of my human characters to a person looks like this. You think you'd have figured it out by now.
Squad member offline. LZ spotted.
Well, shoot. As soon as I get back in, I get you.
Oh, hello.
Ah, I got stepped on.
Oh, get off me. Thank you. Tense. Geth engineer. Right, so that's the Geth engineer extracted. Done. Who's next?
Well, I could step out, let somebody else come in, Tim.
Thanks, Curtis.
Oh,
See.
thank you.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Is it just me, or does anyone else ever kind of thought that as far as like the permanent equipment things goes, like the actual things you level up, there seem to be a whole lot more for tech classes than there are for biotic classes? Or is it just me?
Maybe, I don't know.
I haven't realized. I mean, I guess if you count grenade capacity as tech class, then yes.
Well, that's the thing, is grenades can be both. Lift grenades count as a biotic power, but like inferno grenades, those are tech powers.
Yeah, and frag
It's kind of
grenades
weird.
are like combat powers.
That's the thing when I play as the destroyer, I can never, because I have him using the saber, and that's such a ridiculous assault rifle. I always want to have him. I can never decide what's better, to use my level 5 assault rail amp or the level 5 grenade thing, because his frag grenade, because they're cluster bombs, they're not regular grenades, and I can never decide which one's better.
Wait, you actually have the grenades leveled on that guy?
Yeah, I can either have, if I use the assault rifle amp, then he only has 2, but if I use the grenade thing, then he gets 6 or 7
No,
But
but I
then
mean,
his assault-
you spec skills into the grenade?
Yeah,
Like
because
more
it's
than
there-
3?
No, I think what did I do with him? I think. Hold on, let me finish doing the equipment for this character, and I'll tell you exactly what I did.
Are you ready, Craig? Oh, he is. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, Diane's
Okay,
gonna
so
jump
his
back in.
missile launcher is level 6, his devastator mode is level 5, and his grenades are level 3.
Ah, yeah. I see. Honestly, this Turian infiltrator guy is so broken.
Oh, he's when you leveled him, I'm assuming you maxed your overload so you could have a chain to up to 3 things.
Yeah, I have only 3 points in fitness, and I took the points I have in fitness from the stim pack. I have cloak fully leveled, overload fully leveled, and armature legion.
That those stim packs are hilarious, especially because they count as grenades. So if you have the level 5 grenade boost thing, like your Turian can just spend the entire match high as a kite. Because every time you get shot, you can just hit number 2 and then whoop, you're full health again because you just did a bunch of crack.
Turians are reasonable. Honestly, I would like a game from the perspective of a Turian. That sounds like a lot of fun. I want to see more Turian ships from the inside and Turian planets.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I would love a game, even if it was only, it wouldn't even have to be like this big long, like 60 or 80 hour epic, just like a 30 or 40 hour game, or maybe even like 20, where you play as like an 18-year-old Turian on the Citadel, and you could fully customize them how they looked, whether there was a guy or a girl or everything else. And then like the first little bit of the game would you just be like going around living your life, and bring back the Paragon Renegade thing. And then at some point you would have to make a decision whether to join CSEC, which would be the Paragon choice, or join the Blue Suns, which would be the Renegade choice. And then from there, like the game would be self-contained on the Citadel. Because speaking of seeing things from the inside, I want to see more of the Citadel. Because between the Citadel has 5 wards, 6 if you count the Presidium. And it's just such a cool place, but the 3 games combined, you see like less than 2% of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like games in total. Like, even with big cities you're shown in game, like even London, like you see like basically nothing of that. It's just like you can't make maps that big. I mean,
I know the
It's
Assassin's
true.
Creed have been doing it for a while.
you sure what they have?
I've seen London, I've seen
they?
Paris, I've seen Rome, ancient Egypt, Greece. I mean, yeah,
I'm actually not sure how accurate they are.
oh, they're probably not accurate
know.
at all, but still.
Yeah, I mean, you can make big maps, but they are going to be like
Wait,
way
do you
smaller
mean
than
London
they
in
would be real
2022
life.
doesn't look like the same way it did in the 17th century?
Unreasonable. Completely unthinkable. How could this happen?
Hold on, are we missing someone? There's only 3 of us.
Yeah, Craig's going to join halfway through.
Oh, okay.
That's just to leave a spot open for him.
Did you set it to private?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I will say is, I had the unfortunate privilege of playing the first Watch Dogs, and I can say it is a pretty accurate representation of Chicago. I can't comment on Watch Dogs 2 because I was only in San Francisco once and it was for like 4 hours.
I was gonna get that thing one day. I didn't know how to do it. I did got my free Star Wars Squadron on Epic Game.
Oof.
But I have to download it on EA Play though.
Mass Effect 4, the Citadel. The whole game is on the Citadel as a C-Sec officer, and we can see 50% of the Citadel, and the rest is the bowels where the Keepers live. As Eva would say, that is a joke.
There's just so much. If you do a deep dive into the lore of the Citadel, it's just such a cool place, and I would love to see more of it. I guess is the ultimate point of my point.
But to be fair, they were going to make a Star Wars
Yeah,
game like that,
Citadel's a very
weren't
good
they?
place, though.
We got cancelled. They was going to make, was it 1313 or something? Which was just going to be set in
Yeah, was that supposed to be an open world?
one particular place on Coruscant, wasn't it? Oh, go away.
Are you get off of me?
I'm running. Trying to.
I had 3 husks in literally quick succession all jump on me. Not even kidding.
So we can get you in time.
I thought Germans were supposed to be humorless and efficient.
I know, but I got stuck. I'm neither funny nor efficient. What a dreadful fate.
So sweet, you have like 2 things in common with me.
Stop it!
God, since when is the Harrier so inaccurate?
Let's see if I can throw a turret this far. Holy crap, I did.
Hey, Craig.
The game's actually working.
How'd your movie shoot go?
Well, technically it's tomorrow. I did the thing I was telling you about actually was extra work. It went alright. It was just
Oh, when you said extra, I thought you meant like extra in a movie, not like just additional things to do.
no. I didn't have a big role in it. It was really annoying actually because I thought it was supposed to take me all morning, but it literally took 2 hours, and it's like half my travel time is like, you know, it took me like 40 minutes to get there for a 2-hour thing.
Because you said you took a bus, right? Because there was no train or something?
Yeah, there's train strikes going on at the moment. Probably only be in for.
That sucks.
Sorry, go on. Go on first.
I was getting ready to say they're getting ready to go. Yeah, they're getting ready to go on strike here in the U.S.
I didn't know about it.
Enemies down. Good shooting. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
I don't know.
I don't know which company's doing it, but I hear they're gonna be on strike.
I don't think it was a specific company, it was just the railroad unions were like all grouped together and they were just pissed off.
Oh. I hope they're not gonna do that, because it'll hurt everything.
Watch it!
Tim, I'm going to pose the question to you now.
Okay.
What would you like a series? Which character would you like a series about?
Clean sweep. Well done.
I think Garrus would be quite a good spin-off series. with him being such a fan favourite, either him probably like set in between 1 and 2 where he is setting up his team, or how he becomes Archangel.
What if they did like an A-team kind of sort of plot, but it was Garrus and his team on Omega?
Gonna pick you up.
And they literally do the A-team intro.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
That would be
Just
ace.
like Mass Effect words substituted in the lyrics where it was appropriate.
What was it in 2085?
He's
I'm
gonna
here,
play
Craig.
Mr. T. He's
There are
gonna play
banshees
Mr.
around.
T.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can get to you without dying. Well, I think I'll die trying to get to you as well. So,
I threw a turret straight down and I don't even know if it did anything.
Okay. So what does this bubble shield thing do? Because it doesn't stop bullets. It doesn't stop.
It reduces damage, depending on how you build it, it essentially mostly reduces damage.
Gotcha.
And it can electrically shock enemies that touch it. It all depends how you level it up.
as long as it mostly reduces damage. You wouldn't want it to actually reduce all the damage, would you? Battery
Apparently it
twos.
doesn't work on Banshees though.
Ooh,
Try
this
use the
bubble is
bubble on
quite
a Banshee, but it works.
Yeah, I mean the Banshee is going to do quite a lot of damage to you though, as it is really. I mean, I'm sure it made a difference, just not very
But
much.
look at Ossar showing off.
There we go. In 2085, a Kractorian unit.
2185.
21,
You're right.
2185. A Kractorian unit was sent to prison for a crime they didn't commit. These Turians escaped from Maxim's Citadel security.
Why die say
To these Turians promptly escaped the Maximum. What's the prison ship called?
Purgatory? Purgatory?
Purgatory. That's it. These Turians promptly escaped the Maximum Purgatory spaceship and fled to the Omega Underground. Today, still wanted by the Asaris, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, no one else can help, and if you can find him, maybe Garrus can hire the Garrus team. I don't know. Garrus team.
You know what? If you accepted that killing the council was canon, I almost wonder, like, it would kind of almost be believable if the new council would call Garrus a war criminal and probably maybe even ship him off to Purgatory. Or anyone else who's on Shepard's crew for that matter.
Maybe instead of if you've got a problem and no one else can help, it should be if you have a weapon that no one else can calibrate.
Oh, I've got to do an A-Team intro now, haven't I? I know there was some other guy that did it, and it was really good. But
Have you seen the 2-minute long video someone put together of if Austin Powers had replaced Shepard in Mass Effect?
yeah, brilliant.
I think it was posted multiple times in the Discord.
My friend shared it with me, and it was before he even played Mass Effect. I've now converted.
Thanks, Terry.
It's a pet person.
I don't think I can get to you, but I will try.
Alright, I'll just meta gel. Oh,
I
there's
should.
Banter in here.
That's a good Angelian. They could get married.
You know what I want a spin-off show about?
Yeah, Terry, we had the A-Team. Used to be on Saturdays. Saturday afternoon TV. Followed by Airwolf and... oh, what was the wrestling thing we had? Saturday afternoon wrestling. That was when TV used to be decent TV.
Pretty sure
I
TV is getting
understand why
better.
everything's moved towards a more PG thing, but at the same time, I do kind of miss how 20, 30 years ago TV was like the Wild Wild West.
We only had 3 channels.
I'm pretty sure we're in a golden age of TV though, because a lot more money is being poured into it now.
Yeah, but more money doesn't necessarily equal better.
I know, but I'm just saying there's like so much more content out there, and I don't know. I feel like there are still a lot of good shows out there.
I mean, I guess on premise, I agree with you, but it's like the same kind of thing. When you see, like, have you seen Disney's like roadmap for Star Wars? Like between now and 2026, they're having something like 47 shows / movies come out, and I'm like, that's just overload. Like, first of all, I can't watch all of it, and secondly, I don't even know if I want to.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if you look away from the franchises though, and just experiment a little bit with Netflix originals or Amazon originals. That was one that I saw on Prime, The Devil's Hour. That was brilliant. Had Peter Capaldi in it.
Thank you.
He plays a criminal.
Here in the U.S., we had some pretty good shows in the 80s. We had Magnum P.I. and Simon & Simon and
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice was the show that made 9-year-old me want to have a pet alligator and only wear hush puppies with no socks.
Hey, Hollywood guy. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Have an alligator named Elvis, huh?
Who's that attacking?
Oh, I thought I killed you.
Well, you didn't, Tim.
Clearly.
I'm
He is untouchable. He's back. Oh, that's his queen.
If nothing else, I will say sitcoms
his
in the
head off.
80s and 90s were a lot better than sitcoms now. Just
Yeah.
specifically sitcoms.
Yeah.
Simon. Never heard of that one.
yeah, I've tried to watch a lot of older shows and I just find them quite cheesy.
Yeah, but you also said that you thought Mass Effect 1 looked horrible. So, I mean, like, your opinion is automatically invalid.
Okay, alright.
I mean, like, that's not even that long. That's PS3. That's only 2 generations. 15 years.
That'd be interesting.
Are you sure I said
Knight
that?
Rider was another good show.
Are you sure you're not getting that mixed up with Witcher 1? Because I know I said that about Witcher 1.
Well, they came out like 2 months apart. They're essentially the same graphics if you look at them side by side. I would say, even though you're quite a bit younger, do you not find like a little bit of charm when you see something that's maybe not aged quite as well as it could have?
No. Sorry, I
This
feel
is
like
just-
Original charm.
I feel like that's a nostalgia thing.
Holy shit, that
You
husk
talking
just
about the original
teleported.
charm? I got the entire series of DVD on Charm.
I will admit though, I have seen bits of Knight Rider and I want to see more of that.
Knight Rider. Yeah, that was the other thing.
shit.
I've actually sat in Knight Rider's car. Spoke to him.
You need to tell about your Becky picture.
Yeah, you can't sleep in your car if your car is the robot, Tim.
Although that begs the question: when Transformers die, can you just like use their bodies as like regular normal cars?
No, because they kind of go all brown and crispy. You not watch the movie? You not see when Optimus died?
Yeah, well, that, he
What?
didn't
He
just
died?
he didn't die of old age or anything. He got Megatron kicked his ass.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Do we have any theories about new trailers? Not from what else I've not new ones since the hello from the video I put out. Although I do think that was just destined to happen, wasn't it? Although in the video I said that it could be a human propaganda poster. I actually think that might be a Citadel propaganda poster now. I think the Civil War is coming, but it's between the humans and the council races.
No, get up.
There's always a Ravager somewhere.
Yeah, like a Cerberus turret.
Manning, behind you.
Yeah, I see her.
She's
Hey,
after
look, it's Morinth.
That's just me.
She really likes you. Is the
Wait,
whole
I'm
team
getting
down?
Thank you.
I'm dying now.
That was pretty cool. I somehow still was able to fire my rocket even after she grabbed me.
Why are there so many? Oh no, that's bad.
I think we've broken a record for downs now.
Is someone near me? I think.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got you. God, this amount of enemies is ridiculous.
I hate that when you fire a rocket, when you switch back, it automatically gives you the gun you weren't using. So you're like, half the time you're like, wait, what?
Wait, does it?
If you have two weapons, for me it does. I don't know.
I only ever use one weapon usually.
Anyway, Craig, is there not like a part of you, like when you watch clips or whatever from older games, and then you're like, oh wow, then isn't there a part of you that wants to like come to like Tim and me and be like, is this what video games looked like when you were kids?
I mean, I'm the guy who looks at Mario and thinks, God, that's so cool.
Okay, now that's just rude.
I tell you what, the experience of going to a classic arcade, I do find like a certain fondness in doing that. Okay, but if I'm going to play a classic, if I'm going to play a classic game, it'll be in an arcade, so I can, you know.
But like, how would you feel about something like, say, the original Final Fantasy VII on PS1? I'm like, that objectively looks terrible, but it's such an iconic game.
Yeah, but I don't like Final Fantasy as it is.
Have you guys played Legend of Zelda?
I got made my
I have.
speechless.
I've even played the Philips CDI ones.
I've been hearing about those.
Oh, the Philips CDI with Mad Dog McGree. Awesome game.
Sorry, what, Tim? There's a bird in my face.
Said Philips CDI with Mad Dog McGree in it.
I think so. I just know they had 2 or 3 really terrible Legend of Zelda games on them.
In your face, Manning, was the truth.
Yeah, what is the CDI games? I've been hearing so much.
Oh, wow.
It was one of the first consoles that actually used CDs instead
Full-
of cartridges.
Full motion video.
Oh,
Yeah, although I
okay.
mean, by full motion video, it's more like early 80s, really badly animated cartoon.
Diana, do
Okay.
you want back in? I can back out.
Yeah, we can get Curtis back in as well.
Yeah, true.
I'll do one more game. Because I don't really want to... I've got to pack things up. for
No worries.
tomorrow. I could do it in the morning, but you know, best not.
Are you right to sit this one out, Manning?
Sorry?
Are you right to sit this one out?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I can sit it out if everyone else wants to play.
No, if you're doing one more, that's fine. We get Diana and Curtis back in. We can get Manning back in on the next one.
Where have we got 2 missing spots then?
Diana and Curtis to come in.
Oh,
Yeah, we've got full house today.
we've got a fighting chance now that Diana's back.
Or I doubled your score.
Bold words for somebody in bolter range.
gonna need 2 bolters for this heresy.
M37 Falcon. One's the M37 Falcon.
That's the grenade launcher. The one that you said you hated because you could never aim it because they bounce.
Yeah. I've nearly got
Oh
I'm
my
gonna double
god.
that.
I have got a collector SMG.
Oh, have any of you seen this really old video where somebody built Garrus to do so much damage so he could like solo the highest difficulty in Mass Effect 3?
You mean the one where it's like Garrus God mode or something like that,
yeah,
and then it has
Garrus
like
was
really
ascended
dramatic.
and become a god of death. Yes, that one. That's so ridiculous.
Guys, how good is the collector SMG?
At low levels, it has no ammo, but it's extremely powerful, and it has unlimited ammo. It's just if you run out, you have to let it cool down, like the Prothean rifle and the Collector SMG.
Super Chat.
Okay. Also, it's amazing that we've got quite a chat going on in the text chat.
We have. Nollywood guy, thank you so much. In the new Mass Effect, could we see the Krogan Rebellion? It's. I think if you've cured them, then yes, absolutely. Because that is a massive problem that BioWare have kind of painted themselves into.
Hey, Cerberus guy, wanna run one at the same time and see if we are faster than them?
Oh my god. Sorry, I figured out who I want a spin-off series about. I
Who?
want a series about Jack as a space pirate.
That would be awesome. M4. Ugh.
Blasto movie first.
with Ryan Reynolds voicing Blasto.
Why?
Because he's the voice of Deadpool, and didn't he do Pikachu too? I'm like, who else would you want to voice Blasto?
I would want Ryan Reynolds to voice an Elcor.
Diana's quisping the Medigel transmitter. I don't know what that means.
Okay,
but...
so if Ryan Reynolds is voicing Melkor, then could Chris Pratt be Blasto?
I didn't say Melkor, I said an Elcor.
Oh, I thought you meant Melkor Din. Sorry.
I don't know who that is.
I could see either Civil War or Liara being a villain, actually. The Mass Effect universe, humans have experienced a lot of hardships. Yeah, absolutely, completely agree with you there, Mad. So much so that I actually did a video on each of them. As in regards to the Krogan, yeah, I mean, I think that if you've cured them, then there's going to be war. If you didn't cure them, then they're going to be very few in number.
But maybe there's also.
Sorry, Craig, I'm an absolute idiot. Melkor Din is the Sith in charge of the Empire's activities on Terrace. I completely got him confused with someone from Mass Effect.
I thought you banned this guy.
Surprised you remembered such an obscure name from Old Republic.
I mean, to be fair, like, my brain is pretty weird. Like, I remember the license plate of my best friend's dad's van from when I was like 9. But every time I pay for parking, I always have to double check what my license plate is because I never remember.
Yeah, I mean, why would you have to know your own license plate? Everybody else has to know your license plate, not you.
Team member has gone dark.
Be right back.
Blasto needs to be voiced by Mark Meir. To be fair, he does a really good Butcher voice. I wouldn't have known it was him.
Well done, team. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping. We have some important enemy personnel in the area. Find those targets, take them out. Confirm kill. New strategic target is in play.
Oh yeah, that's the thing you don't shoot, isn't it?
The enemies, you do shoot them.
Oh no, okay. Hey Angel, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Ow, ow, ow.
Two big collectors.
Oof. Quite know what happened there. Diana.
I just kind of hate how loud they are. Like you can never just when you kill them, like all of them just like screech and it's ear piercing.
Hi, Spencer.
Well, can be worse than a banshee.
Yeah, well, the banshees are just one thing, and there's never more than like one or two of them.
If I die near other knockdown players, I can revive. Okay. Only one small problem with that though, Diana. You're too good to die. You don't do dying.
If she dies reviving you, Tim, then yes.
That's a fair point. Can't argue with that. Oh, sorry, Curtis. That was my fault.
Oh boy.
Did you mistake Curtis for a collector?
I blew up one of those exploding husks right next to him.
I guess that was the payback last time I did that to you.
Also, Manning, you mentioned at low levels the collector SMG is bad. How do you upgrade it?
By pulling copies from the gacha.
Yeah, you gotta the same way you upgrade any gun. You gotta just buy boxes and hope you get it. It's just unlike the other one. Most of the other really good, like the Hornet is probably my favorite SMG, but that's just a gold gun, so you have a pretty decent chance of getting it. But the Collector SMG is a black gun. I mean, those are like incredibly rare. Like I think the highest black border gun I have, I think, is level 5.
Are you telling me you can promote guns like you promote characters?
But they just do it by themselves.
Yeah.
Every time you draw it, it just gets a level up.
Yeah, so every time, yeah, like Osar said, if you bought another Arsenal pack or Premium Spectre pack, if you got a Collector Sniper Rifle again, then it would go from 1 to 2, and then the next time 2 to 3, and so on.
Got it! Lock seal!
Run, Curtis, run.
You're gonna get me.
But again, even at
Yeah,
low
we'll get
levels, I love the Collector SMG. You just have to be careful because it does run out of ammo quick.
He's after me.
Ow. Oh, who's that?
You know, at this point, Tim, you should just start selling a t-shirt that just says "ow" on the front.
Thought about one that should say "run away."
Or just one with you in like the front seat of your car. You're just sulking, and your vacuum cleaner's outside.
I'm hit! Shields down!
And then on the back, it can say, "It's a machine."
Does this unit have a soul?
Enemies down. Good shooting. Enemy forces at half strength. An N7 job.
So if the game is 4 years after Mass Effect 3,
Objective down.
do we see the Andromeda team? And we were talking about this on the podcast, weren't we? Yeah, on yesterday. I was spitballing, thinking maybe there's going to be like a time jump in it. Although I think I was shot down quite quickly.
If I get to see a buddy cop show where it's Garrison Liam, I'm all in though.
That would be a good spin-off, to be fair.
Tell you what, that might actually make me like Liam.
I honestly don't understand how anyone can't not like Liam. I mean, like, even if he's not your favorite, he's just such a fun person to be around.
It's like his only character quality is, okay, he's cool, but doesn't really have any character to it. He doesn't have much range. Like the thing with Garrus, right? With Garrus, he's got all sorts of like quirks
supposed
to
to be
him.
escorting.
Like there are things like you don't always agree with Garrus. There's a bit of like moral questions there and things that he does and things that he believes, but you still love him despite all of it. He's got, you know, a range of beliefs and thoughts about things. Jacob, you so rarely have interesting conversations with him that it's just oh, he's a cool soldier and that's it.
Did you say Jacob? Because I was talking about Liam.
Oh, sorry. They're interchangeable.
No, the other black guy.
Uh,
I
go-
mean, like, Liam literally mailed himself a sports car that he's going to be dead for like 550 years before it even gets to Andromeda. Does that not
Yeah.
qualify as a quirk?
No, I was just joking. I do actually like Liam. I for some reason registered that as Jacob, but
Space
Yeah,
khakis.
I do like Liam.
Liam's main character trait is literally just vibe.
Like I said, he's just legitimately seems like an amazing person to be around, and I want to like go to a bar with him for like beer and chicken wings and watch football. He's just like, he's always positive. He does kind of have a serious side, but he's generally always positive. He makes stupid jokes.
Are you sure
Just
you
like
want?
a bro. I genuinely enjoy being around him.
Are you sure you want Liam there for the USA vs England game?
Possibly. And like I said, as far as 0-0 games go, I've seen a lot worse than that one.
I hope
But
somehow.
as it was, the States still controls their own destiny. All we have to do, if we beat Iran, then we're into the knockout stage. So that's all we have to focus on.
Considering how the USA, like, I'm gonna say soccer just to keep things like not too confusing. Like considering how the US soccer team is only now like building up in like I think its promise and its ability and stuff. I think it's amazing that they managed to draw with him.
I know the only thing that worries me a little bit, and I don't even know if worry is the right word, but in our first game against Wales, that absolutely BS penalty that Gareth Bale got in the 82nd minute, like, that's looming kind of large. Like, if we had won that game, which we should have, then the game against Iran might have been meaningless. But now we have to beat Iran.
I don't follow football, so I'm bored with this conversation.
Tim, we're calling it soccer, so it's not confusing.
Fine, whatever. I don't care.
What if we talk about hardball?
Or what about Quidditch? Here's a topic for the chat. Would Harry Potter have been more interesting if it had ripped off Star Wars and at the end Voldemort had turned out to be Harry's dad? And it could have been like Voldemort killed James Potter the same way Darth Vader killed Anakin?
No.
It would have been so weird. I
But,
think if we just
But Goku says he hopes that, I'd say he, apologise, might not be a he, hopes that somehow connects the Scourge and the Jardins because they feel like it's so interesting.
That was super interesting, but I would say the one thing I really, 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 really want to know more about is the Remnant. Because they were just like, to me, they were even cooler than the Reapers.
I feel like I just needed to know more about the Remnant to, you know, have an interest.
And how much do you want to bet there's a DLC sitting on a cutting room floor somewhere we're never going to get to see because 6 people on Twitter got angry about the game because Shepard wasn't in it?
Yeah, I still don't think that's the only reason, man. I mean, I don't think it's the best game in the world.
Oh, well, it's definitely not the best game in the world, but it's a hell of a lot better than a 1 out of 10.
It is severely underrated.
Basically, I think the main thing, whether it's a movie or a TV show or a video game or a book or whatever else, when you go to a review site, anything that says 1 out of 10 and anything that says 10 out of 10, ignore both of those because neither of them are ever true.
Hollywood guy says send Jacob and Liam to the vents.
See, I would say that is true, but that is a very serious but. I played Elden Ring.
Yeah, that's like an 8.5 or a 9. It's not a 10. I played Elden Ring too.
I see how that works now, Diana.
I've also played Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne.
Is that no game that you consider a 10 then?
No, because nothing is perfect. Nothing is a 1 out of 10 and nothing is a 10 out of 10. You have to discount both of those when you're looking at reviews. In my personal opinion, anyway.
What about Goat Simulator?
Goat Simulator is just flat out amazing. You can't tell me that's not fun.
Is it a 10 out of 10?
No, it's like a 6.5 or a 7. I mean, it's objectively terrible, but it's an amazing way to lose time.
What about Stray then? Is that a 10 out of 10?
That's for me.
Stray's like a 9, maybe like a 9.5, but even I don't even think I'd go that high. Because Stray has issues. First of all, it's super short. Even if the first time I beat it, it took me less than 5 hours. It's essentially impossible to die. You can't fall to your death because the cat can only jump at predetermined spots where the game tells you, yes, you can make this jump. And the rest of the only ways you can die is you have to almost purposely die because the little head crab things of the sentry robots are very stupid and very slow. I mean, it was my vote. I voted for it for Game of the Year on Steam, but it's not perfect.
Sensors tell me only one left.
I think it's the first game of the year where I didn't care about any of the games that were in the
Not even God of War.
That is probably the most controversial thing you've said ever.
I just don't get it. It's basically The Last of Us, but with less emotional depth.
I like the meme where someone photoshopped and changed the titles. So instead of God of War, it said Dad of Boy.
I mean, they did that with the old one already.
Yeah, I know, but someone did it again, so I'm all for updated memes.
Oh, loads of these fellas.
Yes. The thing is, I missed one of them and I hit another one.
Object has been recovered. We are confirmed.
See, I agree with you, Goku, but the other thing too is I feel like a lot of reviewers, especially the professional ones, will give objectively bad things good reviews just so that the next time the movie studio or the game dev or whoever will invite them back to get early access. So I feel like it's almost like incentivized that even if you don't like something, it's like, oh, it's still a 9 out of 10. It's like, have you ever gone to Metacritic and you look at a game, it'll be like the critics give something like a 9.6 and the audience gives it like a 2.9, and you're like, are we sure they're reviewing the same game?
It was a bit like Metal Gear Solid, isn't it? The critics went absolute nuts. 10 out of 10 for Metal Gear Solid 5. Nowhere near as good as Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh, 3's still, for my money, the best one in the franchise.
Ah, what? IGN's just given Obsidian's latest game a 10 out of 10.
Were you talking about the avowed one?
No, it's it's like a medieval comic book kind of game. Apparently, it's got loads of choice and consequence in it.
That was 2D one.
Yeah.
All you need to know about IGN and how their quote-unquote professional reviewers, how good they are at their jobs, is IGN gave Alien Isolation a 5.9. Like, that's utter nonsense. And I really wanted to use a stronger word there. That is one of the best games ever made, but they gave it a 5.9 because the guy didn't like how long it was and how much stress it gave him.
Pentiment. Thank you, Spencer. Yeah, Pentiment's the game. That
I won't ban you if you say a bad word, Manning.
Huh?
I promise I won't ban you if you say a bad word.
Well, I know, I think Osar is the only one who has the swear card.
He's the one holding the square punch. Or wearing holding? I can't English. Whatever.
Yep, I have the swearing stick. Nobody else gets it. Except you really want.
Also, out of curiosity, I just pulled up Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater's Metacritic scores, and they're kind of off. You know, users only gave it an 8, like an 8.0. And I'm like, I thought for sure it would have been way higher than that.
Cut it out!
Do you see what your point though, Manning, about how I think in the age of the internet, when people rate things, they're more just overrating them to try and like somebody else for their opinion.
I know, that's like why I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it until the day I die. If there's a game, or especially a game, but if there's something coming out that I'm interested in, and I'm like kind of on the fence, I'll happily wait like a month, 6 weeks, 2 months, until someone like Angry Joe or Jim Sterling does a review on it, because honestly, like, I treat IGN and Polygon and Eurogamer and everyone else, like, you can't trust it because they're just saying good things because they want to get invited to the next dinner party and get the next early release code for free. So like I said, they just always, everything. When was the last time you saw IGN give something a legitimately poor review? It never happens. Everything's a 9.5.
I feel like they do give bad reviews for things. I reckon I could find one.
It's like, have you ever played, crap, what was it called? Was that Hideo Kojima? Death Stranding.
I did
That
not
game was
live
a-
Extraction just because I blew up at the last second. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, reviewers tripped over themselves to say Death Stranding was like game of the year and one of the greatest games of the past 20 years and everything else, and then you play it and it's, I mean, I'm not saying the game's not without merit, but it is definitely not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I kind of struggled with Death Stranding. I guess I need to actually play it.
Or I think
Death
my
Stranding.
all-time favorite is PT. Everyone says if you go on YouTube and search for, just do a blanket search for scariest games of all time, everyone will have PT on their list. Even though it's not even a game, it's 15 minutes of walking down a hallway with jump scares that are so predictable they make Five Nights at Freddy's blush.
I mean, I've got to leave the lobby now, so I'm not sure if it was Diana that left, but she can come back if she did. So I think there's 2 spaces now.
Yeah, Diana, Tim just invited me.
Yeah, I just kind of want to know who the heck is idea of having a goat simulator.
What do you
Make any
guys
sense?
What do you guys feel about the game Wild West? Is that the new one? The with the supernatural game that's kind of set in the Wild West? 'Cause if that's the one you're on about, it doesn't appeal to me, to be fair. Hey Kate, nice to see you. Evil West.
Now that I've triggered everyone with my game opinions, I think my job here is done.
No worries, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, I'll still be in stream though.
Take care, sir.
People can yell at me on there if they like. I'll see you at some point soon.
Yeah, yeah. We'll catch up in the week. Finish off the podcast.
Yes, yeah, we no doubt will eventually.
We still on for 9 o'clock your time on Wednesday?
As far as I can see, yes. Right,
Do you guys
well,
like to play
copy.
Western games?
I enjoyed both Red Dead Redemptions, and I have a survival game called This Land Is Our Land. I think that's what it's called, that I also kind of enjoyed. Although I don't play it as much as I should. I have way too many survival games.
What about you, Tim? Do you like playing Western games?
As in what kind?
Like Red Dead Redemption 2 and
Yeah.
others
Oh,
out
yeah.
there?
Yeah. The supernatural one things that doesn't really appeal. There's another one as well. That came out.
Oh, there's another one.
You play
I
about
can't remember what it's-
3 or 4 different characters. Again, that's set in the Wild West, but it's all supernatural stuff. That doesn't appeal.
Is the game you're talking about, is it shown in an asymmetric view? Because
Yeah.
I own yeah, I think I forget what it's called, but because it had one that I bought like 5-6 years ago, and then it just had a sequel maybe late last year or early this year.
Something like that, yeah.
I have played Red Dead Redemption 2, but I kind of like it.
That's a good game. It's a bit slow, but it certainly makes you feel like
Yeah, when I first played as it, you're out there in the Old West.
Did you guys spend
I'm
as
kinda
much time as
slow
I
at it,
did?
so I didn't.
Sorry.
I was kind of slow at the game at it too, so I couldn't make heads or tails on it.
Well, it's open world, and you can do whatever you want when you want. Like, you can actually progress the story. You can just run around and shoot people. It's basically Grand Theft Auto, but cowboys and horses. But I was just
Yeah,
gonna
it
say,
seemed
did
like
you
every time
guys
we went
spend
to
as...
one town,
Sorry.
yeah, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna quickly ask if you guys spent as much time as I did at the tailor trying to, like, design the perfect outfit for my cowboy.
no, not really. Games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age and that, I can spend a good hour and a half getting my character creator like just how I want it. Usually it looks absolutely fantastic, and then you boot up the game and it's like that didn't look like what I just
Yeah,
made.
I was gonna say you play for 15 minutes and then redo it.
Good stuff. Every
What
time.
about Fallout 4? Because I spent an exorbitant amount of time customizing my dog.
No, no, I don't like the dog companions.
Even in Dragon Age? How can you not like having a dog as a companion? What's wrong with you?
Because cats
He wants
are
a
better.
cat.
Oh, well, cats are better objectively, but you're not bringing a house cat into like battle with guns and bombs.
Not with
Maybe if
that
you had like a
attitude.
panther or a lynx or something.
Ooh, Kate's uploading her Mass Effect video. I'll have to have a look after this. Is this your N7 Day Theory video?
Get the troopers! Lost shield!
I completely agree with you there, Angel. $17 minutes, wow. That's one hell of a lad that must have taken you ages to edit.
Mission accomplished. Enemy is regrouping.
Is it just because it's a dog, or is it just you don't like animal companions in general? Because I know one of the greatest animal companions of all time in the history of gaming is Far Cry 5, Cheeseburger the bear.
We're playing on silver, aren't we?
Team member has gone dark.
We're playing silver.
Oh, my aim's terrible.
That's all of them. Good work. Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
I'm skipping for a week after work. All the footage I need edited together today.
We need that object. Find it.
Yeah, no problem.
You got it. Now get back to the extraction zone. Squad, nice job. Get back to the extraction zone. Squad,
Hang
good.
tight.
Now get back to the extraction zone. Squad, good. Get back to the extraction zone. Object is
Thank you.
nice work. Get back to the team member offline.
Oh,
Object has been dropped.
ain't got any ops packs.
Good work. Now get back to the object is good. Get back to the extraction zone. Lost recruiting has been spotted in your area. Team find it and bring it back.
Oh, thought I got you.
Team member has gone dark. Squad member, good work. Now get back to the extraction zone. Object is nice job. Get back to the object, nice work. Get back to the object, you got it. Get back to the extraction zone. Object, good job. Get back to the object, good. Get back to the extraction, good work. Confirm a team member is hurt.
This is because I said we had a question where we were playing on silver, wasn't it?
Good shooting.
Who's that?
Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
Well said, Angel. Well said. Oof. Don't kill Legion. These aren't Legion.
Enemy is regrouping.
So come on then, Kate. Who do you think deserves a spin-off series? What would you like to see them in? This is where I run away. Yeah, Mass Effect related spin-off. Any character from the Mass Effect series that probably should get... Ow! Oh, I'm stuck again. Stupid bloody thing. Where's he gone? Woo! Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, it's gonna happen, won't it? So yeah, like any character from the series, either TV, book, game. James Vega with Ashley. They have some unfinished business.
They got me.
Squad member in trouble.
See, I've never seen that because I if I save Ashley, I tend to date her.
Well done, team.
I'd like to see Garrus times off. But no, that's what I. Good call. Good call. Yeah, I said the same thing earlier.
A downed pilot jettisoned before crashing.
It says we've gone with Garrus and Zahid.
Outstanding. Get back to the evac zone.
Defense series. Yeah, that is a shame, isn't it? I think he had a part in Dragon Age as well, if I remember correctly. I think he's one of the dwarves.
Has been recovered. Nice job. We are free of lost experimental explosives. Finding and bringing in nice work. Get back to the extraction zone. Object has been dropped. Get over there. Nice work. Get back to the extraction zone. Object is find an object if you're due. Get back to the evac zone.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Still going to die. There we go. Told you I was gonna die. Thank you. Anderson during the first Contact War as a spin-off. Oh, that might be interesting.
That's it.
Enemy is still
I
active.
don't think
What
Manu.
was the name of the douchey Cerberus guy from Paragon Lost? Because I actually thought he was a dick, but I actually kind of thought he was interesting.
Ah, the one with the beard and the funny shades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
can't-
beard and the sunglasses that he wore indoors at night.
Oh, the Morning War in its entirety. So you could do something like that. I know people will be like, oh yeah, but we know what happens. But I mean, take Halo Reach. That was like a prequel. And
Yeah, or like the Star Wars prequels.
yeah, you can still tell a good story around, even though you know what the outcome is. You don't necessarily know what the outcome is for certain characters.
Using that logic, we never would have gotten Titanic because people would have been like, "Why am I going to go see this? I know the boat's going to sink."
To be fair, I did actually say that to my girlfriend at the time. She wanted me to go to the cinema to see it. I was like, why? You know what's going to happen.
Excellent shot.
It was an awful movie. We were forced to watch it in music class, I think. It was terrible.
It was better than Avatar.
I quite liked Avatar.
Avatar is literally just Pocahontas in space.
Say that like it's a
Yeah, I
bad
think
thing.
that was the point.
Yeah, but it wasn't even interesting though. It was like you could like at least I was like you could tell what was going to happen from like a mile away before it ever actually did.
Bogeys incoming.
Acknowledged. Spotted him.
Javik needs his own story, have to be revived. Javik and Liara teaming up.
Shield gone.
Oh, I'm getting owned by a couple of bombing machines.
Honestly, I just love Javik as a character.
I will still never not find it mildly amusing that Tim hates Javik but loves STEM.
Well, I don't see the problem.
They're the same person.
Ow.
Interesting fact about Javik. You can basically decide how his story is going to end. If you do, at one point, if you choose the wrong option, he just straight up says he's going to kill himself after the Reapers are defeated.
Yeah, with the shard.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but
That's one of the more interesting choices in the game because telling him to touch the shard, the game considers a Paragon choice. So if you make the Paragon choice, then he kills himself. So, like the Renegade option is almost kind of the good one.
yeah.
Nice work.
Is there any lightsabers in Andor?
Mm, I want to say no, but
Thank you.
technically there are two.
Outstanding.
Yeah, sure, takes you know.
Bleeding out.
Squad member offline.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I got killed.
Hang on.
Thank you.
I don't know, Tim. Have you watched Andor?
No, not yet. It's on my list. But apparently, doesn't it change something about... Because it's the prequel to Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Doesn't it change his background or something? Doesn't it retcon it or something? I remember reading that correctly.
I think somebody theorized that it might change his age. Because they mentioned a historical event that he was part of at a certain age, which then people calculated didn't add up with his age that was previously given. I mean, he could have just lied about his age. He kinda lies a lot.
I thought it was something to do where he was born or something.
High-ranking officer and the hard drive he carried are MIA. Located and bring it back.
I'm not sure, I only know about the age thing.
Good job. Get back to the evac zone.
Oh.
Team member, squad member offline. Object at risk. Squad member offline. Nice work. Get back to the extraction zone. Squad good. Get back to the object. Nice job. Get back to the extraction zone.
Whole certain Mass Effect 3 makes me twitch. Reminds me of playing the final mission of so many Banshees. Oh, hats off to you. I couldn't be I wouldn't have the patience to play it in sanity. I play it to enjoy the story, and yeah, I'd just end up smashing something.
It's actually not. There's only certain parts of it that'll drive you insane. But for the most part, once you get a good gun, it's actually not that bad.
I actually agree on that one.
Lost shield.
Like, as soon as you have the collector particle rifle, there's really not that much struggle anymore.
Squad member needs help.
I mean, what is terrible is Mass Effect 2 Insanity if you're playing an infiltrator. Because, and I love to say this, the snipers have way too few ammunition slots. It's absurd.
The hardest part in all 3 games I had playing on Insanity were trying to fight my clone as a Vanguard or an Adept. The rest really weren't that bad, but those 2 specific things sucked.
Another big issue I've had were like every collector encounter, because collectors are just insane no matter in which game they are. Especially like in the collector ship. Those are like some of the hardest missions.
The hardest part, I don't know what you think about this, but the hardest part of the collector ship for me was that last little area where all of a sudden you turn a corner and there's like 35 husks.
See that? I don't know. I don't know what classes you play with. If you have like any kind of
I've done
rapid
it on all
firing
6,
gun.
and I hate it on all 6.
I don't know, I found it really funny on my infiltrator because I just took out my SMG with disruptor ammo and like
Yeah, but that's kind of what I mean, is you have to do like a gimmick thing to beat it. Whereas the rest of the, it's like, it actually comes down to skill and not just doing like gimmicky things.
well, I don't know, for my infiltrator playthrough, pretty much everything came down to using gimmicks because my main thing I couldn't use all the time. Because again, 10 shots and you're out of sniper, and then you have to like run the garbage guns.
I will say one thing that I literally always did was rescue Garrus before I did Morton's mission, because I feel like, especially on Insanity, you need Garrus and Zaid, like having 2 snipers just to deal with all the idiot Vorcha with rocket launchers that you can't get to.
Yeah, maybe I should have used the team more actually. Like I mostly let the NPCs do whatever.
It's just on Insanity, that mission is so much easier if you have 2 snipers.
You want the game also?
Yeah, sure. If somebody wants, if somebody will quit. I mean, if everybody wants to keep playing, I'm okay with that too.
I think we'll do one more big one, and then we'll do a bronze one if everybody's up for a bronze one.
But
Yeah,
what
it's
I
only
will
4
say
o'clock here.
is that Mass Effect 2 is so much easier with the DLC, because the Matok is the most broken thing in that game. It's insane. It's actually insane. It trivializes the entire game.
Well, I think the other thing too is if you have all the DLC in Mass Effect 2, you can get every single tech upgrade for your Shepard, like all the health, all the shield, all the heavy bone ladders. Like you basically just become a tank.
Mass Effect 2 was the hardest to play on Insanity, apparently, according to Diana. He knows his
I
stuff.
agree. I 100% agree.
I would say overall yes, but there were certain parts of Mass Effect 3 individually by themselves that I hated. Like the mission on Manet, especially if you're using like a brand new Shepard and not a new game plus. The end part in that camp where there's like 5 brutes running everywhere and there's marauders and everything, and you're so early on in the game that you have like no powers and all your guns are level 1. Like that, I'll admit, took me a little while.
.37 Falcon. That one. 15 Vindicator.
If you're using the Vindicator, I'm praying for you.
Yeah, I need to.
I hate
Wait.
that gun so much.
Wait, which one is the Vindicator? The triple shot one? The
The triple shot assault rifle.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh, that is pain.
M7 Lancer. I need to use that one as well.
Oh, the Lancer is cool.
Yeah, the Lancer's amazing. It has infinite ammo. The Vindicator has like ridiculous recoil, and it's triple shot, and you can't hit anything unless you're like 6 feet away.
Honestly, I'm still so mad that they changed the overheat system to the reload system between 1 and 2. I'm so mad at that.
I kind of like there's a bit of strategy, like having some of your character or some of the guns use quote unquote thermal clips, and then some of them have like just overheat where you just have to let them cool down for a bit. I mean, like I think both are valid, and it's kind of, I like how in 3 there was like a mix of both.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call that a mix. You had like 3 cooldown options.
Well, in the only because there's some guns that are multiplayer exclusive, and I don't know why they didn't put all of them in the main game.
Yeah, or all the multiplayer abilities. I think that's ridiculous. There are so
Oh
many.
no, because you know how
extremely
broken
cool
Annihilation
multiplayer.
Field would be in the main game?
I don't care. It's story first. I don't care if they get some broken ability. I mean, you can break the game just by using Garrus, so I don't see the problem with having a broken ability.
Well, fair enough. It's like how in Mass Effect 1, if you spent enough time grinding credits and you just spent like all your time on the space, your apartment on Intisay, and you could just continuously have like if you had enough credits, you could just have like a never-ending stream of level 10 armor and equipment come from that spaceship. And then when you go to do the end of the game, it's just you don't even have to take cover because you just melt through everything, even on Insanity.
My favourite class, Kate, is usually soldier. To be fair.
We need this location taken back. Enemy forces are advancing.
Soldier is a pretty good pick.
Understood.
Isn't that quote unquote the cannon class too?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I still personally like Infiltrator a lot because I just like the idea of sniping, and with how snipers work in the mainline Mass Effect games, even a dumbass like me can use them.
I'm still always going to be a Vanguard.
What's yours, Kate? What's your favourite class? Vanguard squad.
Wait, what's the one with the tech armor called? Is that the
Sorry?
Vanguard? The one with the
Oh,
tech
that's a
armor.
Sentinel.
Oh yeah, Sentinel. Sentinel is
Vanguards are
cool.
the charging characters.
Oh yeah.
Like
No, I
every
don't like
battle
those.
I'm in is a cluster F of colors and noises.
Isn't the Vanguard kind of a little bit of everything? Or was that the Adept? The Adept.
There's actually no little bit of everything in mainline games. You only have ever two of the three
The Vanguard is-
specializations.
Biotic charge and bonus damage from shotguns.
It's a biotic soldier come.
First, I cluster with soldier, but love sentinel. With freedom gives you the ability to set up and detonate in many combos. Diana prefer like soldier and the engineer. I never really played as an engineer.
Same. I'm very reliant on weapons. I don't know if I could play by detonating tech combos all day long.
If you ever want to play Mass Effect 2 on Insanity on easy mode, play as a Sentinel, build your tech armor only for defense, no offense at all, and then for your bonus power, take the Geth Heavy Shield boost. You'll never mind losing health, your shields will never break.
Copy that.
Building tech armor offensively is a thing I don't understand why you would do. Like,
Because
why
if you
would
ever get swarmed, you can explode it and do it like a gigantic AoE fireball.
Yeah, but if I can also just not take any damage while getting swarmed, isn't that better? Like, I would never detonate the thing. It takes you to cooldown. It removes your defensive buff. I don't know. I don't like it. And you have to be in melee to do anything with it.
It's the same way like how my buddy plays Deus Ex. He just kills everybody and he's like, they can't see me if they're dead. That's stealth.
I've not had a dad joke yet, Manning. slipping.
I know. I completely meant to look up a couple while I was sitting out the one match, and I forgot because I was looking up Metacritic and IGN scores for games to try to prove a point.
Ah, yes.
I don't know if I've done this one before, but did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
That don't count.
The food was great, but there's no atmosphere.
One second.
Thanks.
Hey there, Aqua. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't include it in multiplayer in Legendary Edition, to be fair.
Hang tight.
That big old brute. Oh,
That's all of them. Good work.
Hey Tim, that's right, exactly, yeah. Guys, there was no Hey Tim, it doesn't count, Manning.
I know, I ruined it.
We're on PC, Aqua.
man.
Top marks, team. Enemy forces down to
Will graphical mods work in the multiplayer? I think you can get certain graphical mods in multiplayer.
in your area. Zero in on those targets and finish them.
Has to be, obviously it's got to be the original.
Nice work. Target down.
I've never tried them though, because I don't want to ruin my own. Something goes wrong, or it means you can't connect, or...
New enemy target in play.
Thank you.
I must admit, I do like the weapon, Diana. Just have to remember not to let it overheat.
Field. Take him down. Squad member, good work. All targets
Hang on.
Thank you, Tim.
Shields down.
Ow.
Down.
Thank you. Nice punch. Legendary Edition brought many people back to the multiplayer. To be fair, we were doing this. We were doing this way before Legendary Edition came out, weren't we? We never had an issue finding a match. For a game that's what, 10 years old now. It's impressive.
Almost 11.
Yeah. It's impressive that the multiplayer still has such a go away.
Well, BioWare deserves all the credit in the world for making a multiplayer with 54 characters that all genuinely feel unique.
That's what I was saying about the Batman game, wasn't it? The latest one, Batman Arkham Knights, is it? You've got kind of a cast of different characters, but until you actually level them up, they all fight the same. Which you it's quite apparent. It's quite off-putting. Having to spend all these hours just to make them feel unique.
That was my biggest thing with Andromeda's multiplayer. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually quite enjoy it, but the characters, because you could like mix and match skills, they all just kind of felt like slightly different variations of the same thing.
Damn, that screen shake made me miss every single shot.
You know what game that the single player part of it is objectively terrible and awful and it deserves all the hate it gets, but weirdly it has one of the absolute top 5 greatest multiplayers of all time is Aliens Colonial Marines.
Diana, how come you haven't got this gun? The amount of hours you must have put into this game. I would have thought you would have unlocked everything by now. Who's shooting me?
I've got almost 7,000 hours in this game, and that's not counting time I put in before I lost my PS3 when I moved to Canada. I mean, and I don't even have everything. I'm missing one gun, and I have a lot of ultra rares to level up still. But it's retarded how hard it is to upgrade everything.
Oh, you don't want to, Aqua. I'm no good. See?
Get up.
Thank you. Oh, go away!
Got it.
He's after his dog. He got me. Thank you.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Enemy force approaching.
Run, run, run.
Oh! Ah! Thank
Nice
you.
shot.
think 3 of us like shot at her.
Squad member offline.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Uh-oh. No, no.
Hey, Ossar, do you know what happens if you put a Batarian Gauntlet on a Batarian? Does it do extra damage or is it just redundant?
Oof. Good question. I don't actually know. I think the thing is that melee is basically bad whatever you do, so nobody has ever talked about that. It would be
Well,
interesting.
generally melee is bad, but the Batarians do a pretty comical amount of damage.
Oh god, that's too bad.
Or maybe Diana knows too. I don't know, I can't see my chat on my phone now. I don't think I've honestly ever tried.
Oh, no.
Wow. This has gone a little bit mental.
You sure this is silver?
That's a lot of banshees.
That's a lot of nonsense.
I think he's got this set on platinum.
No, if it was platinum, there'd be all
No
four
more
races, not just Reapers.
Yeah, right, that's true. I always forget that Platinum just puts you against every kind of enemy. A little bit weird. Get
Looks like gold. I didn't turn it over. I don't think I did.
Yeah, it's silver. I just checked.
Yeah, there wouldn't be as much Marauders if it was gold.
Oh yeah, it would be nothing but brutes and banshees.
Wave
and
10.
Ravagers.
Whoa.
Shuttle inbound. Rendezvous for extraction.
Damn. I guess a Turian pumped full with performance-enhancing substances is still the most dangerous thing in the galaxy.
I don't know, I think my Batarian could beat him in an arm wrestle.
Not with the amount of steroids I've been consuming this match. There's a Banshee.
Yeah, we got a brute in the way. Ah.
Nice one. All right,
You
so
know, I understand the premise
Fancy
of
and two
how
brutes on my
covering your
deck.
armor in spikes would deter people from melee attacking you, but it's still funny when you kill a brute with blade armor because it smacks you with its absolutely enormous metal claw hand. Like, to me, I think it would bend my armor more than my armor would kill it.
okay, so we bring Diana in back in for the last one.
Yeah, good call. I'm dropping out. Diana, you can go back in.
Thank you, Ursa.
No problem. Ah, yes, the box.
If you want one more All-Star, I can step out. I know you don't play near as much as the rest of us.
Nah, that's fine. That is honestly a-okay.
Or I can step out.
Is this our finale bronze match, or are you keeping it on silver?
I'll keep it on silver. Yeah,
Yeah, we did that strat on stream once. Aquapal. Good times.
yeah, it's my one and only time that I've ever played Platinum. What's the N7 Crusader?
I think it's a
That's
shotgun.
the big heavy shotgun. That's the one James gives you at the start of the third game.
Okay.
It's lethal at short range, but absolutely useless at anything beyond
Got range.
like medium range. That said, in the single player game, it's a huge step up from the katana because the katana literally shoots confetti.
It really does.
Other than the Eviscerator, I think my favorite shotgun is still the Raider, though, because it only has the 2 shots, but you can essentially burst fire both of them at the same time, and it does so much damage.
Mm. Sniper rifles.
Hey Curtis, do you want to switch to an Asari, and then I will too, and then we can have all 4 Asari. I just noticed Tim and Diana both were.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have to. It was just an idea.
I'll be a Vendigar.
Oh, yeah, I'll stick with the.
Yeah, I need to
Answer.
change anyway, so. I'll be the Vendigard one, so. Better check my guns.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So basically, this is all a sorry team.
Certainly is.
Tim is going to be looking at everyone's butt, including his own.
You sorry have nice butts. Can I say?
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just stating a fact.
Got it.
I'm wearing blue.
See? Aqua, says I'm a man of culture.
Yes, I didn't say you weren't.
Oh, is this the one with the exploding ones on it?
It is collectors.
One second.
What if the new Mass Effect game is about finding more proteins? I know it probably doesn't make sense, but it would be cool.
One more.
Done, team.
Enemy neutralized.
Enemy is regrouping.
I know, Diana's having issues.
Bogies
I knew Tim was a man of culture ever since that time we were talking about chickens. And he said he preferred thighs to breasts because the thighs are juicier.
Kate wants to know how I look at my own butt.
In a mirror?
How many mirrors have you seen in this map?
Are you trying to tell me you've never tried on a pair of nice jeans at a store and looked at what your butt looks like? If you're buying expensive pants, whether they be jeans or whatever else, you want to make sure they look good.
Sorry, Curtis.
Shame on you.
To be fair,
Twice.
Tim killed it, but I hit it too.
Squad member has flatlined.
Who's here?
I should be able to get you here, Curtis.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. I did run some med gel though.
Also, Tim, this map is literally a civilian colony. I'm sure every building has a mirror.
Stay alert. Enemy is
There's literally a humongous bathroom right there. I'm sure it's full of mirrors.
data anchors for our communication array are down. Find those targets and get them going.
And plus, you need coffee. There's a coffee pot here full of coffee.
Cover me.
You've been doing something really funny with your gun there, Diana. Think about it, Reaper's out there committing war crimes.
Half are running. Keep it up.
Ah!
Back me up!
Devices are working. Good job.
Ow.
That's all of them. Good work. Enemy is regrouping. Enemies approaching.
So what's what we've all been playing this week? Anything good?
I started a new Stray playthrough today, but I didn't get very far.
No, nothing interesting on
I'm
my
still
end.
playing,
Are you still big into Final Fantasy 14, Ozark? Or War Thunder?
Yeah, a little bit. The issue with Final Fantasy is the moment is a bit of a content drought, so also you have to pay for sub, so yeah, I don't pay for sub when there's nothing to do. In War Thunder you have to be constantly playing or you like just get bad again.
I know how
instantly.
it's the same way. I'm not proud of myself, but I've been a pretty hardcore Clash of Clans player since 2014.
Kate's been playing Evil West and some more God of War Ragnarok. Ragnarok. Also part through Dead Space. Never played before. Aqua's been doing a Mass Effect speed run and some Elden Ring. I wanted to try out Star Citizen. According to can you run it? My system actually could hit it everything. It was supposed to have easily run it. Recommended
I
and
hope you have several £100,000 before you start.
well, they've got a free session on at the minute until the 30th, so you can play the game for free. I was like, oh, I'll try it out, and if it's if it's decent, then I might drop a couple of quid on it.
The thing with Star Citizen is you have to remember too that it's still technically in early access. It's not even really a game.
But yeah, it still, even though according to the would you run it, and my system has all the minimum and recommended spec to run it, couldn't get it working. I'd drop into like 10 frames a minute. It was ridiculously choppy. I spent like an hour trying to tweak all different settings to try and get it running, and it just wouldn't have it, so I gave up.
Enemy forces have stolen a classified device. Retrieve that object and bring it in.
Has been playing the new Pokemon. Never really got into Pokemon.
Because you never wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was.
No.
I'll post it in the Discord after, but there's actually a pretty hilarious video. Someone took the epic fight scene in the throne room from the end of Last Jedi, but cut out all the music and replaced it with the Pokemon theme, and then somehow it actually is interesting and kind of cool.
I got you.
Oops. Wrong button.
I am down. Team member is hurt. This one.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, and Super Fun Co-op. Sounds like the arcade thing. Is it a remake of the arcade?
It's not really. If you've played the arcade, it's similar enough, but it's completely its own new thing. And you can even over and above the Turtles, like you can play as Splinter, you can play as Casey Jones, you can play as April. Like it's legitimately a blast. Like it's like being back in 1995 again. It's super
Yeah.
cool.
Might have to give that one a try. I enjoyed the arcade.
Like if you ever played Turtles in Time, I would probably say that's the most similar. Just like from gameplay wise, not story. But it's a hell of a blast, especially if you have 3 other friends to play with.
Yeah, I played it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I need to sign up for Game Pass again. I've still got that From Dusk to finish. Is it From Dusk?
Do you mean just Dusk?
Just Dusk? I don't know.
No, well, there's a game that's literally just called Dusk, and it's like an amazing horror FPS shooter made to look like it was made in like 2004.
No, not that one. From Dusk is like I think it's From Dusk. It's a bit like the Telltale games, like a narrative
Enemies inbound.
Understood.
choice and consequence sort of thing.
I loved their version of Walking Dead, but I never got around to playing Batman or Game of Thrones or any of the other ones they did. But that does sound interesting. Is it on Steam or is that like an Epic thing?
It was on Game Pass.
Oh, okay. Because I said, as long as it's not on Epic, I'll check it out.
Yeah, if you like games like Beyond Human, yeah, I'd say it's more akin to the Telltale style.
Is it cell shaded like their games are, or is it more of like contemporary graphic?
More, it's 2D. Well, it's kind of half and half. It's like your cutscenes are kind of in 3D, but as the characters are talking and that's all like 2D, like cartoon book style.
Okay.
It's hard to describe it, but it's The story to it, I mean, I've only halfway through, and it's really good. You kind of play as multiple characters, so you see the same story but from different angles.
Some fine work, team. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
Ooh, I like your armor, Diana.
Enemies approaching.
Got it.
I've only played the Walking Dead Telltale
Hello.
games. They're so beautiful.
Squad member needs help.
The Telltale Walking Dead game was legitimately, I don't know if unnerving is the right word, but there were parts of it that were like legitimately turned my stomach, but like in a really good way, if that makes sense.
I never finished the series. I should really finish it, to be fair. I think I only played up as far as the Michonne one.
Lost shield.
Then they go bust, and then somebody else finished it off. I love the Deus Ex series, especially Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. I haven't played the sequels. I played the rebooted one they've done, and I played the originals. And the original Deus Ex, absolutely fantastic.
Human Revolution and Mankind Divided are two of the best games ever. Although I'm still, and always will be pissed off at Square for forcing Eidos to split Mankind Divided into two games, and then they refused to let them make the third one because Mankind Divided didn't sell well enough. So like we'll never get to know how that story finishes now.
Bit like Half-Life.
Well, they were originally making, like, Mankind Divided was originally supposed to be, like, this big epic thing. And then Square, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, was like, we should make you split this into two games so that we can have a trilogy. And then they didn't want to, but they were forced to. And then Mankind Divided didn't sell well enough. So Mankind Divided ends on this super-duper cliffhanger. And we're never going to get a third game now because Square decided it didn't sell well enough.
Crazy.
First objective down. Now keep close to the drone.
Oh, seriously? We're going this way, are we?
Why wouldn't the drone
Yeah, the
run into
drones
all
are
the
not very smart.
Victorians?
Ah, that went right through him. Oh. It did kill him. That was really weird. How does this...
Stick close to that drone. Finish.
Think about getting Dragon Age Origins on Xbox 363. Like, do it. Absolutely fantastic game.
Excellent shot.
You can play it and then see if you agree with me for why Win is awful.
Win is not awful.
Stop.
If nothing else, Win is the oldest looking 40-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Get to the LZ.
I legitimately thought she was like a 75-year-old grandma.
Let's
And
go.
then you're like, no, she's like 42, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, it's not my thing. It was the writer.
Well, that's like Craig and I actually yesterday tried, after you went off, tried to figure out how old Chakwas was, and apparently no one knows.
There must be a wiki page,
Yeah.
at least.
Reddit guesstimated that she's between 50 and 60, but there's no concrete answer either of us could find anywhere.
Ow.
Curtis, I used a missile to try. Oh, never mind. I tried to get to you. See, this is what I don't get. Curtis's corpse is right here. Why could we not bring him on the shuttle and save him?
Well, he's dead.
He's not dead. I mean, this is... Caden said when he broke his instructor's neck that if they'd been like 30 seconds faster, they could have saved his life. I don't know what happened to Curtis, but if he just got like, if a collector just stepped on his head, I think we could probably save him.
He's dead. There's a body. He's dead. In Plaz. If there was no body, you couldn't know, but... Poor Curtis.
So then you're saying like if we threw his body over the ledge, then we'd be like, oh, he might come back in the next
Exactly, yeah, he might come back in the next round. Chris just slap some Medigel on it, it'll be fine.
episode. Yeah, exactly.
And on that bombshell, we are calling it for tonight. Thank you so much to Diana, to Curtis, to Orsar, and to Craig, and to Manning for the game. It's been absolutely fantastic, as always, playing with you guys. And for you guys hanging out with us in the chat, we've had Kate, we've had Aqua, we've had Mr. Spencer, K, some random 69 mega person that was trying to get us to click some dodgy links. They were here quite a lot, actually. Goku was here. Hollywood Guy was here. Aqua, Hollywood Guy, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Terry was here. Thank you very much. Everybody that's been in the chat as well that's not been chatting. We'll be back again next week, no doubt. And yeah, hope you have a great weekend. Take care.
What if that guy was another prince trying to hook us up with a couple $1 million?
Oh,
Because
they
you
might
keep
have done,
getting
yeah.
emails for those two.
Yeah, should have clicked the link, shouldn't I? Yeah, thanks, Craig, for looking out for the chat for me as well. I appreciate it. So, yep. What?
I was going to say, I'm just saying, I mean, if he's a prince, he probably doesn't need all these millions of dollars. He's trying to spread the wealth.
Well, that's it. Yeah. And, you know, he's wanting to spread it with our audience.
Exactly.
Spread something. Don't think it's money, though. All right, you take care now. I'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody, and thanks again.